You told me that.
Yeah, I think that's just it. But yeah. Welcome to Pointless, right? The very first episode of Pointless. My name is Lenny. I'm with my friend Alexis. I don't know where he is on your screen, but to me, he's on this side. I think that's how it's gonna come out, right?
I'm
So
on the board.
basically, hmm?
Yeah, continues.
Okay. So basically, what we're gonna be doing, we're just gonna be talking, right, and seeing where, like, normally our conversations lead to a very like deep place, and it's conversations that are like I feel like are very important. And with this series, what like we're trying to do, or like the idea for this series is just to have conversations, just to connect. And like sometimes you have things that you kind of like need to get out, and you probably need someone to hear and someone to listen to. And so this is a safe space, Alexis. Speak your mind.
Yeah, okay. So I introduce myself. I'm Alexis. I come from Venezuela. I'm 21 years old, and I'm here to talk for any topic that crossed to my mind, and let's flow with the conversation.
Okay. Okay, I think you know what we should do. Let's start like first of all, how did you like get to like I think like one of the things that is very interesting about you that not a lot of people know is how like I don't know if too many people know about the situation back home, like in Venezuela. And like your story that you told me, when did we like before yesterday, when did we last meet? It was like Friday, right?
Friday, yes.
Yeah, you told me the story about like how you came, like when you got to Barcelona, like that adventure from leaving
Okay.
home and getting like here today. Like if you don't mind, just say a bit of
Yeah,
like.
well, for everyone, traveling is quite simple. You go to the airport, you buy the ticket, and then you have to to pay a taxi, go to the airport. It's pretty simple. For me, was a complete adventure because Venezuela, I don't know if many people know, that's in complete crisis, and right now everything is so fucking hard. Can I say the F word? Sometimes it's hard
Just drop the
how
F
to say.
word. Just be authentic. Just be yourself. Authentically yourself. It's fine.
So the story basically starts when my aunt tell me, Alexis, you are coming to Barcelona, Spain. I was like, fuck, okay, my life is gonna change completely. And I was mentally starting, okay, yes, I'm going to Barcelona, I'm going to change my life. This is gonna be amazing. The
Indeed.
fact is that when the day comes, there were a lot of things that we have to do before coming here. The first things is to travel from Venezuela to here. You have to have some dollars in your hand to come to for immigration, and was okay, we have to get these dollars. How can we get this? Because
Okay,
you
so
can't, yeah, you can't get dollars in the country.
okay,
So
so let before you go on, like how like why do you need dollars to go through immigration? First of all, like that's where I kind of like want you to like elaborate a little bit. Like why do you need dollars to go through immigration?
it's like a requirement to go out from the country. It's like, okay, if you are going out, how much money do you have? Yeah,
Okay,
you have the money to spend outside, or you live in the country. It's like
so
that money,
in dollars and not bolivares.
not dollars, no bolivars, because bolivars is only in Venezuela and dollars is like worldwide. So
Yeah.
you must have dollars. And that time was it had to be $800. Okay, you have to buy have the ticket for going and returning. And
Okay.
okay, you have everything. We have to find the dollars. Fortunately, we have I have an uncle living in an island close to the place that I used to live. So my mom went to that island. She My uncle gave to her $800, and then she came back. For
Mm.
going there is another process because she also need dollars in her hand. But we luckily we had dollars, or we used to have always dollars in our home. So
Okay.
she went there. It's part of the island. It's an island from Netherlands. It's one of these islands. It was
But it's
conquered by,
also in the Caribbean, yeah.
yeah, it's close to Venezuela, but it's part of Europe. So she went, she get the dollars, and then she returned. There was time, and then I was okay. We have the dollar. We have to go to Caracas to take the airplane to go to Madrid and then Barcelona. So okay, now how can we go to Caracas without paying an exaggerate amount of money? Because from my place to Caracas, it's a long trip. So if you want a private trip, you have to pay a lot. And I didn't want to pay for that. So okay, we have to take a bus. The problem with that is because of Venezuela is too dangerous. We had to take the you have to be careful with everything. So when we went to the first time, I went out from a village to the center of the city to take a bus from Caracas. My mom take the dollars, and the problem with this is if you have dollars, it's very dangerous basically. And she could take the dollars and she put the dollars in her bra because okay, we have to take care of this shit.
Yeah.
The dollars in her bra. We used to dress normally because if you dress like with brand clothes with Nike, Adidas, everyone is gonna look at you. Okay, these were very nice. So he
Like
must
you
have
do,
money.
you draw attention to yourself, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Just look as normal, casual.
Mhm.
So the bus went to Caracas, and then when I arrived to Caracas, I reached to about 11 p.m. something like that. And we had in mind, okay, we can stay in the bus station because it's safe. This, but at the time was something
As in,
pretty.
as in, stay in the bus station by like sleeping in the bus station.
Yes, or yes, it's staying there because it was safe. If we
Okay.
go to another place, it might be dangerous. But at those days, Caracas was crazy with a lot of different things, and we have nobody could sleep inside of the station. Everyone must go outside. So we had the first trouble. Okay, if we stay here outside, we have two options. The next day we can wake up naked with nothing, and maybe with not a step and
Okay.
nobody. That's was. And the second, we might be killed by someone if they want to steal us. So it was like, okay, we can't stay outside, so we have to go to a hotel and find something to be safe. We find a taxi, and then we tell him that we have to go to a hotel. We went to the hotel, and then we stayed there the night. Was okay. Now we're safe. Day one is done. Amazing. The next day we have to go from Caracas to the airport because the airport is close to Caracas, but it's not in Caracas. Yeah. So I had a friend that told me how to get there. How to get there. So I was like, okay, I know how to get there. But, well, okay, I have to go to this place, then this place. But how can I go to this place and then that place? So I go out walking with my mom and my cousin, and we started asking to not everyone, but there was a specific guy, a nice guy, that was selling coffee because in Venezuela, a lot of people sell things on the street. They sell coffee, cigarettes,
Ending.
food. Yeah, vending outside. So we buy a coffee for us. Everyone take the coffee. We started drinking coffee, and then the guy was a nice man. So we asked him, how can we get to that place? Because we didn't want to tell it to say it aloud because
Where you
it's
go?
kind of same to
Where
say,
you need to be.
yeah, if you're going to the airport, it's because something. You're going to take an airplane probably out of Venezuela. No, you have to take care of that shit. He said to us, take this bus to La Guaira. That's the name of the place. There's a specific stop, and then from there you can walk. There is close, and we said, okay, we can get this and there, and we're gonna be in 2 hours in the airport.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Was
we
it?
we returned to the hotel. We take our stuff, and I say, okay, we have to go to the airport. The dollars, I put my mom to get to Caracas. She put the dollars in her bra. To this
Yeah.
part, I used to wear a huge boots, so I put the dollars
And you?
in my shoes.
Boots. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, put there in my shoes. So okay, these are safe until they take my shoes. I will have my dollars from here to the airport, and my shoes wasn't nice. Oh, okay, those are ugly, so I don't think no someone wants to stall this shit. And then we
Okay.
go. We take the metro. We went out to the station. Then there was a bus, and there was a taxi. And I say, okay, I said, we're close from here to the airport than from my village. So I'm going to ask this guy how much from here to there. And the amount that he said to us was so fucking high because it's the airport. The distance is not that long, but it's the airport. You are supposed to have money if you are going to the airport. So we say, okay, no, we're not going to take the taxi. We're going to take the bus, and then we go to the airport. It's gonna be simple. One stop, then we go to the airport.
Did you at least know how many stops you had to take before you?
No, because in Venezuela, transport don't work like other parts in the world. It's like a bus. You go to the bus and the bus run. When you say stop, it stops. That's it. It doesn't matter where you are.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, you have he said you have to go to a place. There's like on a street that look like this, like a butterfly, something like that. And I say, okay, I can recognize that. We cross that place, and I looked at and I said stop, and I went out. And he said, you're going to see this and this and this and this building. We're going to cross the building. You have to take care of this side. And that's it. The Euro building was the name of it's a hotel that's close to the airport. It's huge. So okay, this is the Euro building. So we should be close. And then we stop in the place. Okay, now we can walk to the airport. I again had to ask. I was on La Guaira, this dangerous place, with a baggage, with $800 in my shoes, walking, asking how to get to the airport. I
You
was
at this point were you still with your mom?
with my mom and my cousin, and I was scared as fuck. I was like, okay, be quiet, stay quiet, Alexis. You're normal. You don't have money. You're broken. Have that in mind. You don't have money in your body. You only have some bolivares. It's not enough to survive 1 week. Okay, let's go. Once something I don't know if I told you that happened to me before going there. That was okay. I'm going to ask this guy. He this is a business. They sell meat, cheese, and all the different things. And I was like, okay, I'm going to ask this guy how can I get to there? And he said it's far from there because if you want to walk, you have to walk like 1 hour and a half. So okay, I can't walk because it's sunny, it's hot as fuck, and it's far from here. And yeah, hungry. I have to eat something because my flight is at night. Hopefully, it was at night. So I say to my mom, okay, we have to take a taxi. There is one taxi outside. I'm going to ask him. This is something that if you live in Venezuela, you develop this skill. When someone wants to steal you or wants to do something to you bad, you can you can smell it, you can feel it. Yeah. So this happened. I asked to a taxi, sir, how much is from here to the airport? And he said, okay, which one? The national one or the international one? It's like from one to the other one, it's like 20 minutes walking, something like that.
Okay.
So I asked him, okay, how much? And I was like, the national? No, I said international to this guy. And he said, okay, give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay. I was okay. I can wait for this guy. And then he went. "Mm." Then he returned to the back side. And then he went back and said, no. This guy is not doing anything. He wants something bad. And I was like, okay, he doesn't look like a good man. I have to leave this place because this place is not nice. It was an ugly place. Everyone was like looking at you like you are not from here. I can see that you're not from here. And it's not a good signal to be there. And then we walk to go to that direction because I know the airport's in that way. Go to we walk that way. And then there was supposed to be a bus that goes to the airport.
Oh,
Nothing.
what?
A bus.
Okay.
Bus to go to the airport. But no bus stopped there. We will stay there like for 40 minutes. Nothing happened. So we said, no, we have to walk or take a taxi. If we don't do it, nothing is going to happen to here. That is not nothing's coming here. So okay, I'm going to ask again to this place. There was a liquor store, and I asked this guy, This is pretty curious because people, drunk people in Venezuela are the nicer people. So if you see that it's a man that is in a liquor store drinking something, you can trust in a way to them because they're nice. Like, okay, they're drunk, they can't think properly, so you can ask anything. He's not gonna remember in 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I ask these people, and then okay, you have to stay there in this street, and they sometimes go some taxis, or you can take like a public transport that goes from here to the airport. It goes close to the airport. So I wait there for about 30 minutes, and then appear a taxi. A taxi appears, and I was like, it was about 2:30, almost 3. Was a fucking song like this trying to kill us, and I was like, oh my god, a taxi. And then we go in, and he has air conditioner. Oh my god, I saw him. I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And then I asked him, how much from here to the airport? And he said, national one or the international? And I was like, oh no, I'm not going to say the international, the national one, because I don't trust anyone there. Okay, we went to the national one. We were talking and say, okay, I can trust this guy. I think so. The international one, he asked more money because it's a little bit far. And then we reached to the airport. When I reached to the airport, I could breathe. I was like, oh my goodness, this is how I get to this place. And then I prepare, I could eat, I could rest for a moment, and then the airplane went out about the airplane, yeah, went out about 8. I think it was about 3 hours, 4 hours in the airport, like chilling, staying calm because that was a crazy situation, mostly in my head because I was every time like looking everywhere because I couldn't trust anyone in Caracas. Caracas is like, oh, it's one of the places that you didn't like to go.
Because normally, like the reason I asked you to tell the story because, okay, so you finally entered the airport and you came to Barcelona, no problem after that, right?
Mhm.
You didn't encounter any problems along the way.
Yeah, I was alone from Caracas to Madrid, and Madrid Barcelona was nice. The only adventure was from my place to Caracas to the airport of Caracas. That was the adventure.
Okay. And like what as I was saying is like normally we kind of like take people that normally like travel go different places and stuff. We it's like it's a pretty straightforward thing. Like normally, like for me, an example that I'll tell you is that I had like my whole family, my friends, not all of them, but like most of my friends were with me, drove me to the airport, took me there, got on the plane, came here, right? Although it was kind of like a surreal thing, was like very like you understand where you're going and how far from home it is that you're going, and hearing your story made me realize, like made me appreciate like some of the opportunities that I didn't even notice that I had. You understand, right?
Yeah,
I took for granted the fact that I could get on a plane with no problem. Obviously, being able to come here and like the opportunity to be like the opportunity to be like in a school like that is this far from home and my course that I'm doing. It gets very it's a touchy feely subject. That is actually basically why I wanted you to tell the story, right? And so from there, I came to Barcelona, and the first person that I met was you, right? I could say the first actual person that I met in Barcelona was you, and from that day we've been talking, and we've been friends since then.
yeah.
And coincidentally, we have a lot of interests, a lot of familiar interests, and we most probably even share a birthday, right?
Almost probably.
Because not you know why I say we probably share it, right? You were born one day before me, right?
Actually,
You were born on the 22nd. But when it was the 22nd where you're from, it was the 23rd where I'm from. So basically we were born in one day. I don't know
yeah.
if I've seen it before, but yeah. But it's been very fulfilling knowing you. It's been very good and it's been like smooth sailing. We've never had a fight. We've never we've never had anything toxic happening between us, right?
Yeah,
And
that's curious. That's
normally the conversations that we have, and like some of the ideas, the plans that we have normally like are in parallel. And like even this is an example, because I approached you with like the idea of like doing a pointless podcast thing. And last week when you said that you wanted to do the first one, I was like, okay, now this could be dope. This could be dope because we have, our conversations. We normally just talk about life, philosophy, and like we're just having a dope conversation that is very fruitful, and that is very dope. I enjoy it, and so
yeah,
yeah. Last week you were telling me, not last week actually, yesterday. You were telling me that you were like kind of like looking from within, introspection, right? I
yeah,
remember you that way.
yeah.
You say you had like some introspection whereby you were kind of like trying, like you say your words were that you were mad at yourself, and I just wanted you to like, okay, maybe just clarify, say a bit more like why it is that you thought like you were mad at yourself. Just
Okay, well, basically, it's like I've been thinking about me, about my life, especially the things I've done. Why I have done these different things. Okay,
okay.
where they come from. They these are some these are things that I really want for my life. This is something that it's been putting in my head across the years because I've been hearing different things, conditioned by my family, my friends there, and I was like, okay, how do I act in different aspects? Why do I feel this different situation? Am I doing myself 100% myself? It's different things that I was thinking. Okay, these different things that I've been thinking is, for example, going to a bar to drink. It's different when I was in my country. I used to go to a lot to drink. And was I said to me, okay, I like to go to drink, and I was thinking, okay, no, I didn't like to go to drink this in that way because I enjoy it, but don't enjoy to get drunk. I enjoy to drink one beer and share moments. Why did I do these different things? By acceptation, because I needed to be part of something. And my friends used to do this, so okay, I feel bad if I don't do this, even if it's not with me 100% congruent with what I am. So I basically cheat on me doing things that are not congruent with myself. So I've been thinking a lot about this kind of things. It's important to ask a lot of different questions about what do you like, what do you really want like.
Because in asking, then you kind of like you learn. That is the whole
Yeah,
uh,
making the proper
idea
question
behind.
are important.
Okay.
The best is the best question you make to yourself, the better is the answer. It's like, why, what do you want to make, what do you want to build in your life, and why, what and why. Why do I want to make money? Okay, I want to make money because I want to live as a rich. I want to travel the world. I want to be a millionaire. That's something that I had in my mind. I want to be a millionaire. Yeah, but why? What do you want to be a millionaire? Okay, let's think. The lifestyle that I want requires to be millions every month. No, I want to travel. I want to be chill. I want a house. I was thinking, okay, this is how I want my life. Why do I want millions? Okay, because there was something across my mind because everyone's gonna look at me like, oh, Alexi have money. Oh, look at Alexi, acceptation, social acceptation. So no, I don't need this shit in my life. This is not me.
Yeah.
So okay,
Basically, social
uh,
acceptance. Like I
accept
just
it. Yeah,
acceptance. Yeah.
yeah. You know, my English sometimes is
Yeah, no,
broke.
I understand. No problem. I just wanted to say because maybe someone that's listening might not understand what's acceptation. But yeah.
Yeah,
And why do you think like is there something that you could say triggered like this way of thinking, like because as much as I know you as a person that is like interested in like self development and whatnot, But I just wanted to know, because yesterday was kind of like unique when you told me that you were kind of like, it sounded like you were regretting some things, right? It sounded like there's the way that you brought it forth. It sounded as if like you were saying that you're not, you feel like you're not doing enough. Like,
Yes.
I wanted to know, is there a specific, something that is specific that you could like point to and say, okay, this happened and I started thinking this way? Or is it like just one of those times when you're like just sitting somewhere, maybe alone in your room, or maybe even at work, just like
Yeah.
you just start
Well,
thinking of.
it's basically this happened to me like, oh my god, because I used to use something that I learned few months ago, and then okay, I heard it few months ago, and then few weeks ago I've been applying to my life. It's like the mirror effect. This is basically what you see in others is because you have it. What you see in other people and is annoying for you is because you have something of that in you. If you connect with someone that is a toxic person and is a bad person, you say bad because I don't believe in good and bad. It's different perspective. And when you connect with someone like that, it's because you have some toxicity in you. So okay, this is happening. And then it was sometimes well, as you know, I want to develop my social skills because it's important. I feel that it's important in life, have good skills, social skills, especially because we are like social beings, and it's always like this. Even there are some people that even with the whole money that you have in the world, you can't access with them to them until you have the skills to get there, to get to them. So
Okay.
it's important to have the skills. And I was thinking, okay, this introspection. Okay, how can I develop this? Okay, I can approach people in the street, as I told you. I can approach people, I can approach girls, approach group of people to develop my skill. But there is something inside me. This is social anxiety to go there and talk with people. Okay. Why this is? Do I have this social anxiety? And was asking this question, where it comes from. Okay, this comes because I have my self-esteem is damaged. So this is something behind. Okay, why my self-esteem is like that? Okay, I start to look and start to look and start to looking. Okay, okay, I can start from this in the past, fix, cure myself, trying to be in peace with my past, with my present, trying to move on, to go forward. And then was something that happened to me that was thinking, okay, why people is so, they don't they don't want to grow, why people is so afraid to live their life. I was mad because there are a lot of people that is there are they are afraid to live their life. The fears are higher than their dreams. And I was mad, and I was like, okay, my fears are higher than my dreams because I
So you
what I
kind of.
see not
Mm.
what I see in others is because I have it in me. So okay, my fears are controlling myself. My self-esteem is broken because of my fears. So that clicks on me some these days. Okay, because of this, I'm not congruent with myself. I'm not being 100% myself, 100% Alexis, because my self-esteem and my fears are the problems. My self-esteem is not in the best point, and my fears are ridiculous. Like social anxiety is ridiculous. I know if I look like this right now talking with you, it's ridiculous. But when I'm in the situation, the fear appears, and it's like, okay, fucking shit.
Hey.
Oh,
Okay, so is this something that has always been the case? Is it like because now you're in Spain, coming from Barcelona, you feel like, I don't know if this is like the proper like term to use, but it's like, do you feel like kind of like I'm not even gonna say that, but like, do you feel it's something that only only like came to fruition when you came to Barcelona? Is it something that has always been the case? Like, when you were back home, you were more active, you were more outgoing, you would see friends, and you wouldn't be like a hermit, basically, right? Because for me, when I came to Barcelona, it like for me, I think you know me well enough to see that or to understand when I say I'm an outgoing person. Although although the majority of the time I'm in my room in my house, right? I don't go out if I'm not gonna be out with you, Guillermo or Carlos, right? I'm always just in my room, right? Obviously with this whole COVID situation, school and whatnot, right? But I just wanted to know from like your perspective, do you feel like coming to a different place just made you that much more anxious to go out and meet new people? Because like basically you speak Spanish, right? And like that's your home language, and you can like talk to basically everyone here. And your
Yeah.
British, your English is like has improved a lot since I first met you. And so, like, do you think it's something that you could say?
Well, the opposite, I think, because since I've in my country, Venezuela, I was like an insecure child as a child because I was like a child insecure, and I feel well because I was always with my friends. It's like my comfort zone was like this. These are my friends. I'm here, and that's my life. That's it.
Uh,
When I moved to here, it's like, hey, completely different. I
it
moved
was like
into
a broader
this,
world.
go to the other side, and discover discover the world. And you're alone. And so
So
like,
you
okay,
kind of so so since you so if I'm getting this right, so since you've been in Barcelona, you kind of feel more open, more relaxed, kind of like because another thing that I want to ask is I know you as a guy that is also like as I said before, you're very interested in like self help, self development, and like uh, that way of thinking. Is it something that only started when you were here, like when you came to Barcelona, because of maybe wanting to improve your situation, whether it be financially or just being a better version of yourself? Like
mm,
where does this all come?
it
Because
was
I know
like,
you read a lot.
yeah, but sometimes I read a lot. Sometimes I stop reading, but I like reading because there are some different things that when I see them, it clicks on me. And it's like, okay, this works for me. This I can understand just a little more the world. I can understand just a little of me with this part. And
Okay.
well, it starts like some years ago when I was 18, something like that. That I remember that I couldn't talk with a girl. Like it was like my voice was like broken. I was like, what the fuck is this going on? Because my friend, this is a fucking this is a fucker. He used to talk with a girl like this. In 5 minutes, he can kiss her. How can I do that shit? What's happening to me? Why? So I was like, okay, this is something that happened. Then I was like, looking what is happening, one point to get to another, and then I reached to that. Okay, this is because of my fears, self-esteem is low, so I need to love myself. This shit. And I said, I just want to talk with the girl I want. I didn't know that I had to work that much. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, to fix this part, I need to learn of myself. I need to learn how we think, how people think, and then starting reading. Okay, we move by fear and by pleasure. Okay, okay, we go out from the fear and we want to get the pleasure and start learning different things. Okay, I need to learn how to have a better self-esteem because it's too bad. I couldn't even see a person in their eyes. I was like, hi, how are you? Yeah, I couldn't see a person. It was like, oh my god, I noticed that once. That I was with one friend that I couldn't see in his eyes to one friend. I was like, okay, this is too bad because this is my friend. This is not my boss. This is not a girl that I like. This is my friend, my whole life friend. So okay, I need to improve. And this first start looking my friend in the eyes, looking everyone to the eyes. That was how it started. And then I started learning why this happened to me. Why? The question, why and how?
Question
Why
just
and how? Why and how? How to improve? What this is happening? and what for. How can I use this situation to improve? Everything's like, okay, I need to read, and I don't know how I don't know too much, so I need to learn more. YouTube videos, read a lot, and start discovering new worlds and everything. This is something crazy. The more I know, the
The
more
more
I
you,
don't know, the more ignorant I feel. It's like,
I think,
oh,
I think
okay,
that's why that I think that's why it's like it's always important to like when you first start to like just being curious about one thing, wanting to know more about something. You understand that there's like what we see is like the next thing. Like you can't see 3 steps ahead. You can only see what's in front of you, right? And so when you like read a book, you find out that it doesn't have everything that you need. Because if you read a book on self-help, or I've never read a book, I don't like reading. I
yeah,
prefer to write short articles.
or YouTube videos.
I watch podcasts, I watch documentaries and whatnot. But also having like conversations, on the topic of fear. I think I've told you about like a guy that I don't know if I told you the whole conversation, but I met this dude while I was like looking for an apartment to come stay at, like when I ended up coming here. This dude, he was a writer, he's an author, right? And so we were at the hostel there and we had like a nice conversation. That is actually when I first wanted to do podcasting, right? Or maybe recording conversations with people. That was the first person I was supposed to have. And we filmed it twice because the camera was like the I had problems with my camera first time. Second time the camera was on, I just forgot to turn it on. But we had like, dude, such a dope conversation. But one of those things that I can say, it's like something that I took from that conversation. Although he had a lot of points, he had like a lot of things to teach me. I felt one of the things that like resonated with me, and that could probably resonate with you right now, is like the topic of when he talked about these things called invalid fears, right? When you're like walking with invalid fears, it's like when you're in the metro bus maybe, and then someone steps on you, or someone like shoulder shrugs you, and just like he touches you in a weird way, because you're scared or your self-esteem is so low, you feel like you have to apologize, right? You feel like, okay, this is my fault. Okay, you just like, I don't know how many times it's happened to you, like when you just like bump into someone in the streets and then the first thing you say is sorry, right? That is when you know that a person is walking with invalid fears. And I've kind of like tried to like test it out, because my whole thing, me, I always want, I'm very curious on like the behavior of people as a whole, right? Why people do the things that they do, right? Which is why like this is gonna be a totally different thing, but I'm gonna try sticking to the point. I enjoy like with when it comes to reading, when it comes to podcasts, when it comes to documentaries, the main thing that I always look for is like, why do people do the things that they do? And I'll maybe talk about this in a different thing. But with that whole thing of invalid fears, I think even you can practice it on your own. Like uh, when you're like maybe in the streets somewhere, like people say, a lot of people that maybe are outspoken, or like people that look very intimidating. Like when a person looks at you in the eyes and you look down, that person already has a hold on you, and you can use that like maybe power that you have over them to, like when someone is scared of you, they're probably not scared of you, but a little bit intimidated by you, or they see the confidence that is in you. They kind of like respect you, right? And so I feel like this is something that could also help you out. But like, just when you see a person, and like maybe don't be an ass. What I'm saying is, don't be an ass, but like when next time when someone like bumps into you or steps on your foot, before you apologize, just take a step back and like just look at them and see how they react, and then just talk to them. I think that's gonna be something that's gonna work wonders for you. This is just like my take on it. I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but I feel like it's something that is worth testing, and so
Yeah.
just try it out, right? You
More
know how
than
in the movie, yeah?
yeah, tell me what you
I
want
was
to
just
say.
gonna say, I don't know, like in the movies, you find these like teenage movies where like the classic scene of like
That's
the
a lie.
it's not, but like, but guy, like just think of it, like when you're like watching like a movie, like you remember one thing, something that I was also telling you yesterday is like when something is such a dope story that it invokes an emotion inside you, whether it be fighting or a love story or anything. I cannot say all of it is a lie because I feel like it could happen to me. Like I'm delusionally optimist. Like I always believe that okay, if this happens to this person, it could happen to me when it's a positive thing, right? And so when I see that girl and that boy like not even looking at each other, they like bump into each other, drops the books, pick up the books, and then they fall in love. I'm like, damn, that could happen to me. Maybe my lady is out there, but I think I've taken it too far by just like I normally wait by University of Barcelona and I see girls holding books and I bump into them and they think I'm an ass. So now fuck it, right? But yeah, yeah, my guy. So is there anything else that you'd like to add before we maybe close, or maybe we should like okay, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I don't have like that much things. I just want to people to start questioning everything in their life. Questioning is a superpower. I just discovered that it's a superpower.
Of the question.
Yeah, question everything. Question everything. Question your belief, what you think that is true, because not necessarily it's the truth because you were taught that shit by your parents, by the society. So make your own answers, make your own life, make your questions and make your own answers for everything, and just try to discover why is an amazing question. Why do I act like this? Even with love, this is something I used to like with love. Everyone that's in love feels like, okay, I love her. I Everyone think that love is the same that necessity. I don't know if you have noticed this difference that when people is in a relationship, they like, oh, I need you. I love with my life. I need you. And this is like, okay, okay. If she
Yeah.
leave, if she leave, your heart is broken. You feel bad, and that everything that happened because it comes from a necessity. You're trying to fulfill something that's emptying you with another person that is not gonna happen in your life. You have to fulfill all the things that you need, your necessity by yourself. Love to yourself. Don't try to look the love outside, because if you don't love yourself, you're going to make a necessity and a necessity relationship, a relationship by needy.
Okay.
And this is something that I've been looking for a while. Okay, these people is like acting this time. A lot of my friends are suffering because of love. They cry, they want the girlfriend to love him, they try to manipulate their attitude. And I always say this is something: no one owes you anything, no one owes you a shit,
Mm,
no one owes you a nice message, no one owes you to love, even love you.
mm,
Sometimes this is something for me, my rule, my special rule. I love. That's it. I love. Even if that person doesn't love me, I love, because love is a decision. This other side is like the emotion of feeling attract with her and want a relationship, wanna have sex with her. It's different. It's different. But love is another way. I love, even if they don't love me.
okay.
Then if if there happen in a relationship and then I love her and then she doesn't love herself enough to make this relationship works, then I can decide if I continue or not. But my decision is I can love, even if not with me, I love. Other side is their relationship. But everyone's like, if you don't love me, I can't love you. I love you if you love me. No, that's not love. That's
Like a
necessity.
trade.
That's
Trade.
necessity. Relationship is a trade, a relationship. Okay, I can do this for the relationship, the relationship, and we can grow together. Okay, this is a good deal to grow, but to love. It's a difference. This is how I look this. I see love, different to the necessity of having someone only for you, because if she doesn't text me like I want to text me, she's not loving me enough. And the thing is that everyone loves in different way. I love in a way, you love in a different way. We learn how to love with when we're child, and we
Like
love in
we
different ways.
express it different, basically, not necessarily love in a
Yeah,
different way. I don't know if I could say it's you love in a different way, but it's like the way that I think what you're describing
express.
is
Yeah, how to
it's
express.
like an unconditional type of love, right? Where you can love someone through their faults and through their, like, like, no one is perfect, and so there's always going to be that one thing that is irritating or something that you don't like about someone. And so if you're going to be saying that you love someone, and because they do one thing you no longer love them, that is no longer authentic. If I can summarize it like that, it's no longer authentic, right?
Exactly.
So yeah.
And what I was going to say, I just forgot it. I just forgot I have something in mind, and then it was like, phew. Oh yeah, every that I think it's something. Every relationship shows you something in you that you some probably you don't like, and you have to use this conflict to know yourself. This is how I do everything that makes me a conflict. I do. I use it to my life because I don't like someone, as I told you, the mirror. I don't like something from her. It's
Mm.
something in me have to be fixed, have to look, because it's something inside me that needs to be to take care by myself, not by anyone, because nobody's going is here to save your life. Nobody. Your feelings is your responsibility. Your life is your responsibility. How you feel to the world is your responsibility. And this is the scariest thing in this fucking life. No one is gonna save you.
Okay, so you have a very interesting way of like looking at things as well. But like, how do you feel like maybe your religion? Are you like I remember you like this is something that we also talk.
Yeah.
But how do you feel? I remember when you asked me that question. Maybe it's because I had suggested some things, but I remember when you said that you no longer you were, first of all, I'm gonna say this, you were raised by a Christian family, Catholic, right? Catholic. And
Christian.
I was telling you about like how I'm like questioning a lot of things. I'm questioning religion. I don't believe in religion, and like I'm not a religious person, but I can honestly say I'm a Christian. And the way that I see things is kind of like different from a person that is like religious. They do things because religion tells them to do it. But for me, I feel like if I want to do something and I feel it's right, I have to do it like that. It's like I feel this is right and not because I have to. And so when you like express like, or you say some of the things that you say, how do you feel like your upbringing has like groomed that side of you that maybe expresses themselves in the way that you do? Do you feel like it's a religious thing like that your parents instilled in you, or maybe is it something that you find out through like the journey of like self-discovery?
Basically self-discovering, because my family has been in the religion since I was born, since I have memory. And it's like, okay, I've been growing on with this, and sometimes it's like they say something that don't fits with me. It's like this separation speech that we are the proper son of God, and the rest of the people is gonna born in hell. It's like, why? Why exactly do you think that way? If a baby was born in another side of the world and believing other thing that God is gonna born it as well. You feel better. You feel that you're superior than other people. You feel that no one deserve God love but us. It's like, okay, now okay. I'm starting questioning. Is it still? Hopefully, my family don't speak English, so they don't want to understand this.
Yeah, but yeah. What? So is it how? Well, I think maybe I'm not asking the question in like in a proper way, but is this something that is like when you were younger and you were told to go to church, you go to church because you have to go to church, right? Your
Yeah.
parents would tell you, "Let's go to church. We're going to church." That's how it goes.
Yes.
And maybe I don't know if you guys in school you prayed or you like had a religious school as per se, right? But is it now? Do you feel like since coming here or maybe being independent of like your parents? I know you still go to church, but is it now like a thing of you started talking you started exploring the idea of maybe like this is not for me. Is this something that you felt for a long time? Was this like a new thing that is only coming up because you started maybe asking questions and maybe you know just
Or
reading?
half and half. It's been going around my head for a long time. It was like
Okay,
every time, I was avoiding every time this question. I was, oh no, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to to ask me these things. I want to think another thing. This okay. When I was in church or when my mom talked about this, I was like, okay, I can hear, but I don't want to ask me any question about this. Let's think another thing. Okay, this weekend I go to a bar with my friends. That's why I think ask another thing because I didn't want to ask me this question. And then this happened for longer before coming here. When I was here, I was like, okay, I don't want to ask me these things. Again, I was avoiding for all this time. In the quarantine, the lockdown, I was with myself. I have no escape from that. I was
I
okay.
don't mind.
Yeah, I have with myself for a long time. I was like, okay, started thinking. Okay, let's think. What do you believe? What do you really like? How do you feel to do this work? Okay, this don't fit doesn't fit with me, with my moral, my ethics, with my with my rules. And it's like, okay, maybe this is not for me. I need to start in questioning different things. I'm still in the process of asking me more questions, more about the world. But it's like, okay, this is something that's not the main thing in my life, because I think there are more important things like develop some skills and growing mentally and develop other skills, and then I
So
can go decide in a point. But it's like
okay,
I don't feel that this is for me. I don't feel it, but I go because my own likes to go, and it's like a family time. I go basically with by family time.
okay. So if I like if any like a person asks you, is there something that you feel like on the topic of religion and faith basically, is there something that is there, do you feel like you're like is there something that you can say you believe in basically, is there not a religion but is there a belief system, is there something that you put your faith in, maybe like a higher power, or I don't
Yeah.
know whether it be astrology, Christianity, Muslim, Islam, or any of those things? Is there like a higher power, and like is it something that you could maybe put it into a few words?
Something that fits to me is like something that I started liking or getting interested. It's the concept that we are all one. We are part of this huge conscience, and we're here to experiment basically love and knowing ourselves. And this is like we are small parts of this huge consciousness. Consciousness, the word
It's consciousness, basically
consciousness,
all the same up here.
and we are here to experiment this life. This this life to grow and develop and yeah, evolve with this life and know each other and know myself from you and from other people. And this is something that's like, okay, I think this is more interesting to me because I don't feel separated to people. I feel like, okay, as I can love my people in Venezuela, my friends, I can love other people. I can love because love is not something I can only love this part of people and other people fuck off. No. Love is for me is different. You can love everyone. It's different. The pure love that you feel with other people, the empathy. Okay, I recognize that you are in your own battle, your struggle, you have problems, and this life is not. It's probably hard for you. I love you because you are here trying to understand this life. Even if I don't want with you, with being with me, the person, I can love someone even if I don't want that person in my life. But I recognize that everyone is having their struggles. Everyone is having their problems, their battles, their inner battles. So I can understand that it's hard. It's hard sometimes because my ego says no, they are separated to you. Something to me says no, we are not separated. We are like the same, having different perspective of this life.
Okay, so my guy, it's been over an hour since we've talked. Like me and you, we can talk for a long time, right? On the topic of religion, love, and all those things, I feel like it's an open conversation that we can have. And you know what I want us to do? Right now, I'm gonna end this and I'm gonna like sign it off, ne? But what we can do is maybe we can have another phone call. Maybe we should do like an Instagram live and do a Q&A, because I know the people that are listening to this or that are watching this right now are gonna wanna be able to like interact with us, right? So we'll set up a time. I'll tell you like in the morning of like when we can do it, and
It's
we can do
almost 4
an
a.m.
Instagram. We can do an Instagram live Q&A thing, part of like the whole pointless situation, right? Because for me as well, I know like my stance on like religion and what I believe in, like also basically say like I believe that we are still, we don't understand each other very much, right? We all believe in kind of like the same things, the similar things, but the way we choose to express that is very different based on like what we believe in, like our religions. When it comes to Muslim, when it comes to Christians especially, I understand that like we're basically worshiping the same guy but in a different way. I would like to interact with people that are in the different communities. I know a few friends that are like Muslim. I know I have a lot of friends. Like I was basically raised Christian in a Christian home, and right now I can honestly say I'm a Christian because I choose to be a Christian and because I understand, and not because I'm a Christian because I was raised in a Christian home, right? And so I think that we can leave it there and we can sign out. And yes, to you that is watching, if you enjoyed this, I'm gonna post this on Instagram. I'm gonna do an Instagram watch, and just leave like your thoughts in the comment section. Follow us. I think I'm gonna put in Pointless podcast Instagram, and we can post a few clips on maybe your personal Instagram. I'll post some on my Instagram. But yes, uh, till next time, I hope we can do this again because it's like a rather interesting thing that I enjoy. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming, Alexis.
And to you.
Oh,